All right, here we are at our 2020 Starcraft 2321 rental fleet boat for sale. We're here on the beautiful fresh waters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. And there's two things that I will not be able to tell you at the time of this video, and that is the current asking price and the current engine hours. We are having those engine hours read. There's no built-in hour meter, so we're in the process of having a Mercury dealer hook this engine up to their computer, and they'll be able to tell us exactly how many hours it's had. This has had 1 season of rental use. So I will refer you to the website for both the asking price and the engine hours. Website address is www.yournewboat.com. If you take the time to open up a new browser or a new tab, type that in your address bar, www.yournewboat.com. Give it a moment to load. You'll see the orange lettering. That's how you know you're at the right place. And all you gotta do is click the Find Your New Boat button in the top left-hand corner of the screen, which would then load all of our inventory in order of price. And all you gotta do is scroll down till you see this one. Now there's gonna be some 2021s also listed on the website that are part of the same rental fleet. This will be the only 2020 Starcraft 2321. That's a lot of 20s. The 23 and the 2321 is the model number. The year model of this is a 2020. So again, it's a 2020 Starcraft 2321 Bowrider for sale. And some people call this a runabout. Some people call this a ski boat as well. All those things all kind of mean the same thing. Fiberglass boat with a open bow. This would be the bow area that's referred to as a bow rider. It's got an open bow, meaning you've got open seating up there, no cabin. All right, so another thing to tell you is these do not include trailers. So when you do make it over to our website and you're looking at this one, that price is not going to include a trailer. We will have the option to sell you a new trailer at our cost. And we're in the process of pricing out some aluminum tandem axle trailers with brakes. So we'll be able to offer that at a price. You'll you know, once you do make it to the website, we'll have that all laid out where you'll have the option of just buying the boat only, having to transport it to you, or buying the boat and a trailer. And you don't have to buy one of our trailers. If you got a better price on one elsewhere, or want to borrow a friend's trailer just to get to where you're going, or want to look around and find a used trailer, that's all perfectly fine. We're just trying to sell the boats. But if you do need a trailer, we'll make an effort to get you one at our price we've negotiated. And again, we'd be happy to sell you this without the trailer. And you know, if you're just taking this to another lake and you're not going to need a trailer, if it's going to a slip or a lift, we'd be happy to work through options of getting it transported to you, so you don't have to incur the cost of a trailer, especially if it's just going to end up sitting in a field, you know, after you get the boat to where you're going. So we do have a tower mount Bimini top overhead, wakeboard tower, extended swim platform with this integrated 4-step swim boarding ladder. This is also called a ski tow hook, but really that's what you want to use if you're pulling anybody on a towable, such as a tube, anything like that. Skiers and wakeboarders can go off the tower, but if you're pulling towables, water tubes, things like that, you want to go off that back tow hook. So we've got the walk-through transom, meaning you do not have to step on your sun pad or your rear seat. You can walk right down into the cockpit, where you've got two basically captain's chairs. You got a captain and passenger seat that will both swivel. Here's your driver's seat. You've got a stainless cup holder. There's 9 total cup holders on board. Now we have function tested the courtesy light, the navigation lights, the bilge, the blower, and the horn. Everything passed function test on this one. The stereo has not been function tested. It's got a kicker, AM, FM, USB auxiliary input stereo with 4 kicker speakers. You got 2 back here by your driver and passenger seat, and 2 more up in the bow. So those do need to be verified by the buyer. Full engine instrumentation, fuel gauge, speedometer, tachometer, oil pressure, water temp, drive trim, battery voltmeter. There's also a little check engine or warning light over there as well, and 12-volt power outlet right here next to your driver as well. Large end floor ski locker. That's lockable. This one's rated for 12. All your seats are on a hinge, which makes for very user-friendly. You can see all I had to do was grab that strap, lift this up, and my other hand is free to take something in or out of that compartment. This seat back does the same. This seat back does not, because the hinge is just actually just needs some screws, or you might even bolt that in as opposed to screwing it in the way they did the factory. That might prevent that from becoming detached in the future. A little bit of dirt on this vinyl, but I have not seen any wear and tear up here in the bow of this one. And that will rub out if you put a little water on it. You can already see, and that's just a dry thumb there. It's working that dirt out. So 2 cup holders here, 2 more speakers. This is an anchor storage locker. 2 cleats up here in the front. 2 more of those stainless cup holders in the bow area. Before I walk back and show you the engine room, I do want to point out this nick in that fiberglass right here next to that cup holder. Chances are that was from the walk-through windshield being kind of just flung open a little bit as opposed to setting it down. So large bench seat back here, storage underneath this hatch. That's your book of owner manuals. 3 more stainless cup holders, 3 of the 9 right here, and then this large storage compartment under this rear bench seat. Engine hatch, I'll raise up for you now and give you a look at that 6.2 liter MerCruiser. 300 horsepower, stern drive engine, and this is also packaged with a Bravo 1 Outdrive 4-blade prop. Large storage compartment here. Battery's just under that side of the engine, but that's got an easy access. I'll show you that in a moment. And this has just been rented to 1 season. That's a 24 ms battery. The MS, or the M stands for marine, the S stands for starting battery. And so now it's the part of the video tour where I start to show you all the wear and tear we've noticed on this one. You got just a small little puncture on this vinyl, on this large sun pad, and a little bit of a rip at the seam right in there where that kind of piping and that material meets. Marking your fiberglass right here. Now, try to get you some shots of the hull sides. You've got a few areas of fiberglass marks. This is dirty. This does need a good detail. Most of this is not a scratch. My finger nail will glide right over that, but here, I don't know if you can see, but that's actually into the fiberglass. So those are the ones that will not just come right off with a good buff or a wash wax detail. Usually buffing is going to take out all this stuff, all this watermarks, these little smudges from where like some rubber has just transferred over to the boat whenever a fender has been in between it and a dock. But so this is a spot right here, another one right here. That might be a slight one over here. Let me move a little closer. This gasket on this ski locker has come detached in one area there. All right, I think here's that other little mark I was trying to show you. And then you got also some fiberglass damage right in here. We try to show you all this, so here's 2 more marks, and that makes the 3rd. So Sometimes we try to show you this in the photographs, and it's hard to translate because it, you know, all these little watermarks will look like damage, but really it's, like I said, it's only the ones that are kind of into that layer of gel coat. So just by doing that, that kind of fades the watermarks away, gives you a little bit of a look at the kind of the nicks in the gel coat. So a little bit on this side, and as that starts to dry, those watermarks will just come right back. So that's also a slight little scratch. All right, I think that's the bulk of it on that starboard side, your driver's side. Another mark up here in the bow area where it's coming in a little bit too hot at a dock. When you can almost see that one start to disappear, but that is barely into the gel coat there. And the same thing in this area. This is a real common spot on most boats, either from coming into docks or sometimes even loading on the trailer. You'll put a mark in the fiberglass up here near the bow line. Some of that looks like it's going to rub off with a good detail, but again, up here near the tip, that's a little chunk into the fiberglass there. All right, I showed you those two areas there. I'll resume on the port side here in a minute. I just want to take a real quick glance at the Bimini top. This one all appeared to be in good shape. I didn't notice any tears, a little bit of wear in the seam there, but no noticeable tears in that Bimini top. And stepping on off the boat, the rub rail looks good just about all the way around. Swim platform looks good. I'm gonna go on back up here near the bow, and I'll work my way to the back. There's a few areas and again, most of these appear to be just that they'll come right out with a good buffing, wash and wax. That all feels like rubber from a bumper. It's one or two spots over here. I was going to see if I could find them. This might be a little one right here. Finger's not catching on a lot of those. It's no guarantee until this gets a good buff and wax what will wash off and what won't. That also appears to be from a fender. Same for here. Most of this looks worse than what it actually is. Here's the area I was looking for. It's right in here. Again, well, a lot of times we'll try to show these on the website, but in the photos it's hard to even tell what you're looking at. But there's a little chunk of fiberglass right in there that's been nicked, and right here as well, right below my finger there, that's a little mark. This one also is in the fiberglass. And I believe there's one right below the A in the Starcraft lettering. That appears to be the bulk of it and the worst of it. So again, I'll refer you to the website for any questions, for the pricing, for the engine hours. This will start to wrap things up for that 2020 Starcraft 2321 rental fleet boat for sale here on Norris Lake. Again, what you see in the boat is what's coming with it, nothing more. And we can get you a trailer if you need one, or we can work with you, make recommendations, and assist in local transport, or point you in the right direction if you're doing nationwide transport. If you're looking to take this somewhere a little bit farther away, we're happy to assist any way we can. You can reach us by phone, by text, or by email through the website. But I do ask, if you call and get my voicemail and want to return a phone call, just please leave me a detailed message. Let me know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. I'm often in areas without cell phone reception. If you don't leave a message, most of the time I'll have no idea that you called. And I thank you again for joining us. That yournewboat.com logo popping up in the top right-hand corner of the screen is to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already. We're happy to have you as a subscriber. And that will be one of the quickest way to be notified of new inventory that comes to the market in our area. Thank you again for joining us.